Hey, before we get into today's episode, I wanted to let you know about something new I am trying for the very first time. I am hosting what I'm calling the Chill Mom Challenge. This challenge might be for you if you love your kids, but you're feeling a little bit disconnected from them and from the mom that you want to be. You know something needs to change, but adding more actually feels impossible. This challenge is going to be super chill, super doable, and I hope by the end of it that you can realize that nothing special has to be happening for you to be able to enjoy your kids and enjoy motherhood the way that you always thought that you would. You can find out details in the link in the show notes, so be sure to check it out. Without further ado, Abi Ayres. Abi, I don't know why I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. We're just talking. We're just having a conversation.
We're just hanging out. We're just at lunch without the food.
I wish we were at lunch.
I know.
It'd be nice. Next time you should bring
some chips and dip.
Yeah.
Everyone can hear us
that
crunching.
That would be a really fun ASMR.
I just saw a podcast where the premise is they're like getting a deep tissue massage. During the podcast.
When you start, I'll come back.
Can you imagine?
When you implement that, I'll come back.
The video is like their face underneath the little chair.
Drooling.
Or like wincing in pain.
Or falling asleep, honestly.
True. Okay, I'll try to do my intro now. We'll see how it goes. Okay. I'll probably stumble over my words. This is Freckledhan, and you're listening to Rantish, a weekly podcast where we rant about anything from the funny to the infuriating. Come for the rants, stay for the company, because even if you disagree, you always belong. I'm so happy to have you, Abi.
I'm so happy to be here. This is so fun. What a good intro.
Oh, thank you.
I liked that.
It took me about 3 years to finally figure it out. So
good.
Thank you for appreciating it.
Nailed it.
Because ultimately the purpose of the podcast is just to keep people company.
Yeah.
I know you said you don't listen to a ton of podcasts.
No, I don't. But I know a lot of people that do.
Oh, yeah. And I feel like podcasts were my lifeline when my kids were really little.
Yeah.
And I had no external interaction.
Yeah.
I felt like I had friends.
One of my very best friends, she listens to podcasts nonstop.
Yeah.
I listen to books.
Audiobooks.
She listens to, I always say books on tape. I feel like that ages me so. And then I'm like, I mean audio. But anyway, no, I know it's funny because you were like, did you listen to your one? I don't even listen to the ones I do. Yeah. I get weird. It's weird. I'm like, I can talk to a camera all day, but listening to myself on a podcast, no, I can't do it.
Do you watch your stories back?
Not often. But when I do, it's like, that's not cringy to me anymore, I guess. Yeah. Because I've done it for so long. But like, I don't even know how long this podcast is going to be. A story is 15 seconds and a minute. Like, this is like long form.
Right.
But a lot of people are like, Abi, you should do a podcast. I'm like, except I would never.
You thought about it for a minute though, right?
Yeah. I mean, maybe one day I will. But like, I don't know. Who knows?
Anything could happen.
Anything. Yeah. Sky's the limit. But I'm writing a book right now. That's my next big project.
I know. I want to talk about that.
I'm so excited.
Really quick though, I was going to say, I don't get cringy watching my own stories back, but if I'm in the room and Steven, my husband, or somebody else is watching them, then I'm like, oh, please, can we not watch that right now?
Yeah, especially when it's somebody you like don't know very well and you're like, hi.
Even if it's my husband though, I feel weird about it. As a matter of fact, I feel more weird when it's him watching and I'm in the room
and watch that.
Go anywhere but here. But yeah. Okay. So, well, I mean, let's just start then. Let's talk about the book, because I feel like I missed kind of the intro of how this came about. Did you?
No, it's okay. A lot of people are like, wait, what? So you had
written a children's book before.
I have written a children's book. I've also written a cookbook.
True.
But this is now a murder mystery novel.
And you've written a murder mystery game.
So I wrote a murder mystery game about 10 years ago when I was pregnant with my youngest.
Okay.
And that was my escape. Your escape's listening to podcasts. Mine was writing this murder mystery.
Yours is probably more productive.
And it's hard because I had to kind of create an entire world with 14 different characters that would all have a motive to kill one person. So it's very tricky. I think writing a book is easier than making a game.
Really?
Well, because I wanted... have you ever played a murder mystery?
I have, but it's been a long time. But yeah.
But like when you play it, you spend $30, you get it, or whatever. I don't know how much they are now, but you get it and then you play it once and then it's over. So I wanted to make a game that like kind of mafia inspired, where it's like you could literally be any character, and then any character could be the murder. So you can play it again and again and again. You can play it 14 times.
That's genius.
And not have no idea.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's like 14 different stories or paths.
Wow.
Kind of like pick your own adventure. Anyway,
Yeah.
it was so fun. It was so fun and very, like, it challenged me. I mean, literally, when you have little kids, it's so hard to like feel some type of like creativity.
Yeah, for sure.
or feel like anything that is yours. Like there's not a lot that's just yours.
Yeah.
Everything is shared. Everything is theirs. Everything you do is for them. And so you kind of lose
and it's
yourself.
like almost everything you do is undone.
Yeah.
There are very few things that you do that are permanent.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. So I wrote it. I loved it. I published it. I sell it. It's so fun. And ever since I wrote it, I was like, I should turn this into a book. And so for the last 10 years, I've thought about it at least once a month.
Wow.
For 10 years.
Yeah.
And I have every storyline. Like, the book is in my head.
So the book is a continuation or a spin-off of the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so the characters
So I
are
had
the
to
same.
pick which character like which character story.
So you've been working on this book for 10 years.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, and I'm learning that like that's how most good books are written.
I believe it.
They really are written in your mind first, and then the disconnect. Like the hardest thing is getting your idea onto the page and actually writing. And anyway, but now that I have figured that out, it feels really good, and it's just flowing out of me, and it's creative and it's fun, and I'm like, ooh. Who knew? Who knew that writing could be this fun?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay, so do you have like a goal of when you'll have it done?
I want to write it this year. Like I want to
You want to finish it this year?
I want to finish it this year. It's fun because I feel very grateful that I have a platform where if I put it out there, like someone somewhere is like, I want to edit or I want to read. So a lot of people have been like, I want to help like edit it or read it, or I'm a literary agent or I'm a publisher. So like, it's been really nice. And I have a lot of friends in that world that have published books. And like, I feel very grateful that I have that community behind me, but I'm also like, that puts on like another level of stress. Cause I'm like,
true.
Dude, it's scary putting yourself out there because some people will shred books apart.
Totally.
And I'm like, oh man, this is like a baby. Like, okay. Which also it's art. So like art is so
personal.
Yeah. Like some people love it. Some people hate it. Like I think of Twilight and I'm like, I love Twilight so much, but also it's so cringy and dumb and weird. And like, anyway, so it's just fun. I mean, if you put yourself out there in any way, shape or form, you've got to be strong enough to take the good and the bad. So anyway, I'm excited about it. My goal is to finish writing it this year, then go to get it edited. And then move forward.
Well, and it's tricky too, because you have that platform and because you have those connections, you probably have a lot more pressure on you for a first book than most people do. Right?
Because I think most people, I fail a lot publicly.
Yeah.
Like I'm not scared. I'm not scared to fail. I'm not scared to show the process.
Yeah.
Like for example, I'm trying to freaking figure out how to make homemade soda, and I failed multiple times. Like I'm not scared to fail.
Those are kind of low stakes fails, though.
Yeah, I've also failed big, and it's interesting because when I fail publicly, that is like one of the most vulnerable aspects, but like people love that.
Totally.
Especially in this world of AI where it's like, oh, like you're not, and I think you do a really good job of that too, of like,
thank you.
Oh, you're not perfect. Like, oh, you don't have all of it put together. Like, I think as humans, we're like, oh, we don't have to get it right the first try, or we don't have to figure it out. So I think bringing people along and sharing openly, like I've never written a book before. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea how long this is going to take. Even last year, I kind of teased it, but like this year I've really like, it's not even the end of January. I'm 135 pages in. Like, wow, we're getting there. So I think it's fun to take people along for the process, but also be very just like upfront and honest in the process is what creates community more than anything else, shockingly.
Yeah.
Because I think people think I have to nail this. I have to be perfect. I have to show the before and after and not the process to get there. Or even like my home, it's taken me a long time to curate and finish my home. It's not finished at all. And it's like, oh, I think it gives people permission to be like, oh, I mean, okay, there's one person that is doing it slow or that isn't just like going into debt to look good or show off an after, or, oh, like actually projects take a long time and not just 2 days. And like people are showing, you know, and it's like, oh, here's the before and then here's the after, and that, and
which it is that quick gratification. So it is very like sensational on social media.
Yeah. I think the trend is digging in a little deeper and saying like, well, let me show you truly the whole process. 'Cause it's scary and vulnerable to share when you're in the problem
and you don't know the outcome yet.
You don't know if it's going to work. And you're suffering. That is a very vulnerable place to live in, and not a lot of people share that. Even me, like I'm definitely more guarded, but I've never been scared to say what everybody's been thinking, or I'm not scared to share like I'm in it, and this is what it feels like, and good days, bad days, like whatever, but like this is it. And then people that connect to that are like, yeah, I do. And then people that don't connect to it either don't follow me or they see it from a different light, which I think is helpful. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing that I've always been so impressed with you is just like you show up in your stories, regardless of if you're sick or if you're on vacation or if you're, you know, and like, I don't think people realize what a talent that is.
That's nice of you.
Truly. Cause like sometimes you just want to not, but you do.
It's weird.
And I mean, hopefully, you know, you will occasionally have like a break where you're like, I'm not going to post. And I think that's wise. But like the fact that you can and you do continue to just like, even if you are in like so sick in bed all day, you still manage to get on and just say hello.
Yeah, I don't know if that's insanity or like a talent. I don't know.
I think it's a talent. I'm going to go with talent.
Thank you.
I think it's really amazing.
It's funny because I probably like 2 years ago, I looked at my analytics or my insights or whatever, and I found you can like go back and see every day that you posted. There's like, you know, the calendar.
The archive.
Yeah, the archive. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I have posted literally every single day for 6 years.
Wow.
Without a break. Maybe 5 years because this was 2 years ago. And so I was like, I can't. Maybe I should like back off a little bit. So it's funny because ever since then, I've like kind of taken more time.
Yeah.
I probably still post 95% of the time, but having those little breaks is awesome and fun. And especially this last month, actually like since Christmas, I've taken more time off than I ever have in 6 years, which I'm like,
wow.
I don't know how I feel about it. Well, I feel good about that.
Yeah.
And I actually love it. But then coming back is actually really hard. So I don't overthink
things.
Yeah.
I think.
So I think maybe I show up every day because then it's easy and it's habitual. If I take a break and then I try to come back, it's so much harder.
Yeah.
It's so much harder.
Yeah.
Than to just, it's kind of like working out. Like, I'm like, you just are in the habit and you do it, like it works. But if you like take a break, it's harder to jump back in. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah. And I don't mean to say that to put pressure on you that you need to be posting all the time. But I don't feel pressure. There's just been a few times where like, I remember you being so sick and I was just like, wow, how does she still even like think to get on and post? Cause I'm just like, I don't even think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a really good question because I think people might think like,
your community
is it for the
just
money?
means a lot to you. No, I would never have thought that.
I know you don't, but like, I think people wonder that. Like even one of my cousins was like, don't you get tired? Like, don't you like, do you share everything? And I'm like, are you kidding?
Yeah,
you don't know half. Even, like I share a lot, but you still don't know
even on
half.
a day that you post 10 minutes worth of stories, that's literally 10 minutes of a 24-hour day. Like that is nothing.
It's crazy. Or people will see me like, Ammon and I did an overnighter and I didn't share about that.
Okay.
But I did share in the date. Like we went on a date and we did all these, but I shared that. But like somebody saw me at the hotel and they're like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I'm having a weekend away.
I'm living my life.
Never would have known. Never would have. And I'm like, yeah, I know that's the point.
Imagine that.
It's just
you actually
so
don't know
silly.
every moment of my life.
I know, it's crazy. But I think people do feel that way.
Like
and I do want them to feel like connected. And I do think that there's the weirdest relationships happening with social media, because there is definitely an energy exchange.
For sure.
Especially in hard times, you can feel it, especially this week. It's a crazy time.
Yeah.
You can feel the energy exchange. And I think taking a break kind of like sets you into reality, so that when all that energy comes, you can manage that better. I don't know how to explain that, but I think this time around, like, there is a lot of opinions and sadness and darkness and, fear. And I feel like for the very first time, I feel very confident and content and happy and like able to manage the energy exchange, which has not happened before this way. So I'm grateful that I was able to take that break and kind of root myself back into reality.
Specifically with the heaviness of the world that's going on right now.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's interesting. The older I get, the more I do this, the more it's like, oh, okay, I am connected, but I'm also like, especially haters, it's like, I love you. Mm-hmm. I know that this is not about me. Mm-hmm. That's nothing. You can yell at me. And it's funny because like a lot of paragraphs of just nasty, unkind, mean things are coming in. And I'll look at it and I'll just kind of go to the next. And then the next day a message will come back and it's like an apology.
Interesting.
And it's like, I am embarrassed or ashamed of what I just wrote, because I recognize that like this is not about you or me. Like, I'm hurting. I love when that happens. And a lot of people will block. Like, I don't block people.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Yeah, because I was like, block a lot you would never have gotten that second message if you had just blocked them. I think which I think is fair too. I mean, everyone's kind of protecting their peace.
If you need to block somebody, block somebody. I've probably, the only people I really block are like actual like people that I know are bots or not real, or from a completely different country trying to send me, pictures of their private parts. So like, that's what I'm going to block. But I honestly believe that like as humans, emotions are not bad. Mm-hmm. Emotions are not bad. Anger, hatred, fear, like you need to have those emotions.
Right.
And it's okay if you say that to me, because now I'm not taking it personally. Unless I actually know you and you address me personally in person, then we can have a conversation and that might hurt me or whatever. Or if something comes in that I feel rings true about me, it's not like I'm like, oh, I don't know, I don't care. But if I read something and it's like, oh yeah, actually you're right. Like, I need to check my ego, or, oh, you're right. Like maybe I could have said that in a better way. Like I'm always here to learn, but I don't know. I think it's very helpful to acknowledge that our feelings are not good or bad.
Yeah.
They're just feelings and they're reactions, and we're human and we can change our mind. And having those apologies come in is like, oh yeah, and this is proving that right now. And that's okay. And it's fun. So unless you've blocked me, like the chances of me blocking you are very low. I'm open for business. Like I'm open to have the discussion, and it's okay if you want to yell at me, if that's going to make you feel better. But like, that's not going to affect me anymore.
Do you feel like you've always been in that? Okay.
Absolutely not. It's taken years to get to that
place.
Yeah. And I think a lot of, hurt and sadness and it throws me off my rocker, or like I remember just reading anything can throw you off for the day, and it still does. It's not like I'm stone or immune. Right. Like if I read something that's really meant to be mean and it doesn't hurt, then it's like, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. But if I read something and it hurts, it's like, okay, why does that hurt? What do you feel is true? Or what do you feel you need to change? And then do you want to change or not? Like, it's just interesting. The progression of where, like, how haters affect me. I know that I'm healing because it's a completely different game for me. I'm playing a different game than people. And I'm recognizing, and I hope that they're learning and recognizing, like, this is unrealistic. This is insanity.
Yeah.
I've never met this person. There's obviously like progression of like, oh, you're a new follower. Mm-hmm. So like, okay. And that doesn't sting as much.
Right.
Or I think another trap that happens is like, I followed you forever and I know who you are. And then you say something contrary.
Oh, yes.
Or I'll say something contrary to what they have created me to be.
Yes.
And it's like, what? Like, you're not who I thought you were. It's hard because people assume so much that they don't actually know. And then it's like devastating when you go contrary to whatever.
The version of you that they have.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's where the painful ones come out, where it's like, oh, okay. I'm sorry that happened, or that, you know, anyway, it's tricky.
I feel like there's somebody on Instagram, I can't remember who, but they're always talking about how like, that's kind of not your responsibility, but like we were meant to disappoint people, kind of.
Yeah. Oh,
which
is beautiful.
Is beautiful, but also really hard to...
for people pleasers?
Just in general. I mean, I don't necessarily think of myself as a people pleaser. I think we all are to some degree.
Well, we all want to be loved. We all want to be liked. We
want
don't
to be
want
accepted
people to not like us.
And I feel like belonging is kind of like my big thing.
Especially when you are true to who you are.
Yeah.
And you don't belong. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Or there's anything that you feel like if people found that thing out about you, then you wouldn't feel accepted or like you belonged anymore, you know? Mm-hmm. So it can be hard to... Yeah. It's so interesting.
Yeah, it's great. It's nuts.
It's crazy. Okay. I'm going to go back though, because I forgot that before we got into these little rants, I was going to just tell my favorite story.
Oh man. Me too.
About how we quote unquote met.
Yeah.
Because I had followed you on Instagram for a couple of years.
Okay.
And then I went to my sister's wedding. Mm-hmm. And the sealer at the wedding was your dad. And I recognized your mom first in the sealing room. I was like, why is Abby's mom here? And then your dad came in. I think maybe the sealer comes in later or something. And that's when I made the connection that Abby's parents were my little sister's mission presidents in New Jersey. And I don't know how that connection had never been made before, but it hadn't. Anyway, all to say that later that day, I got on Instagram and I posted to my stories. I was going to initially write or say that Abby's dad sealed my sister.
Yeah.
But I was like, sealed is kind of a niche term. A lot of people might not know what that means. So instead I said, Abby's dad married my sister.
Yeah.
In my mind, that meant he performed the marriage. But almost immediately I am getting messages like, wait, how old is your sister? And like, isn't Abby's dad married already?
Isn't he happily married?
And that's when my mistake was made light. And so I had tagged Abby in those stories. And so we connected.
Oh, so many people were like, Abby, this girl believes that your dad married her sister today. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I had no idea that he was sealing your sister that day or marrying them.
I'm sure he doesn't tell you his play-by-play
Anyway,
schedule.
It was so fun. Yeah, that was so funny. I was laughing so hard.
Yes.
Like, yeah, he did marry them. He didn't marry her
husband.
He was not them together. Oh, that's so funny.
Anyway, that was a fun connection. So then Abby and I kind of became virtual friends a little bit. Yeah, we didn't meet in real life until years later, though. I'm trying to even remember.
I don't remember either. And I thought you lived in Idaho for some reason.
Oh, interesting. No, I've always lived in Utah. I grew up in California, but since coming to BYU, I've always been here in Utah.
Fun.
So we're going to go into some rants. Okay. Rants are a very general term. They're like, it can be something funny, happy, sad. Like it's not like a rant, like angry.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good. I'll save the anger for later.
I mean, you can bring the anger anytime, whatever emotion. Like you said, all emotions are welcome here. So I'm just going to go through some things that I have observed over the last, 7 years of me following you.
Okay.
And some things I'd love to discuss.
Okay.
Here are your takes.
I'm here for it.
Okay. Are you ready for the first one?
I'm ready.
Your kids eat anything. It blows my ever-loving mind every single time.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't realize that was like a thing.
Kids not eating?
No, I don't know.
You want to come to dinner at my house tonight? Because let me tell you, it is a thing. It's amazing.
That's so nice of you.
Teach me your ways.
I don't know. I don't know the trick. It's one of my cousins is like, how do you do that? And I'm like, do what? I think I've just always, I haven't made it a big deal. I think it's just like, this is what we're eating. And I've never, if they're like, I don't eat that, I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying. Like I've never allowed them not like if they're like, I don't want that or I don't like that, I'm like, oh, okay, like here's something else, or you don't have to eat that.
Will you just try to always provide something in the meal that you know that they like?
No.
Or you'll make them something else?
No.
They'll make themselves something else?
No.
How does this look? Tell me more specifically.
I make food and I put it in front of their face.
Okay.
And then they eat it.
Yeah, what?
And if they like it, then they eat it. And if they don't like it, which doesn't happen often, then they tell me and I say, okay, just don't eat that part of the meal. Or like, I guess I would say we can get you something different, but I'm not going to like make a whole new meal.
Right.
Or like what sounds good? You know, it's food and I have had quite the relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe it's from my mom just not making a big deal about specific foods. Or I remember like growing up, my little brother Sam was very picky. He was a very picky eater and I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Like none of us got, we were like, just eat the food.
Literally all of my children are that way. And I have tried.
I don't know. Like, honestly, I don't know what I do.
Yeah.
I don't do anything weird. Like, I don't make it a big deal. Like, ask me questions. I think that's easier for you to ask me questions than me to try and explain.
Okay. So did they ever go through a phase? Because in my experience,
right,
my kids will eat anything.
Okay.
Up until maybe 2.5 or 3.
Okay.
And that's when they start like not eating the things and having preferences for things that they want and don't want. Did your kids have that? Do you feel like, or they never really had preferences?
I think they had preferences.
Okay.
But I always introduced new foods. Always.
Yeah.
I always tried new recipes. I always tried. Maybe I'm just a really good cook.
Honestly, probably.
I'm just
kidding. That must be it.
I am totally kidding with you.
No, I will gladly.
It's not gonna know.
I will gladly.
No, I don't know. I think they had preferences, but also it was like, okay, and now we're trying this. Like I always introduce new things. Always.
Yeah.
Like even now, it's like, we're going to try sardines. We're going to try pomelo. We're going to try.
But it doesn't seem, and again, this is just, I'm only seeing 30 seconds, but like, it doesn't seem they're ever like, no, thank you.
Yeah, they'll try it all.
They will try it all.
They will try it all.
I don't think you realize how insane that is.
Is it real? Is it talent?
I think so.
Should I put that on my resume?
Yeah, honestly? You could be like That's super really nanny nice. With that one single quality.
I will. Let me come in and give your kids some sardines. No, really. I tried sardines because of you, actually. Yeah, you did.
I had bought them literally a year ago.
Did you get the good ones or no?
Well, initially, no.
I remember watching you, but I don't remember.
Yeah, because it had bones in it and I was thoroughly disturbed.
Yeah.
But I was trying to be brave for my kids.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Literally, two of my kids wouldn't even stay. They left the house because they were like, it smells
maybe don't start with that. Don't start with that one. Which sardines did you get?
I made shrimp with like garlic butter. Delicious love. three of my children were crying because I was making it in the house and they were like, it's so gross. I'm like, you've literally never had this.
Yeah. I don't know. I literally don't know how to help you with that one. Oh my gosh.
Well, dang. I was hoping you'd have some words of wisdom. I think it's just need to improve my cooking skills. That's the takeaway.
I'm totally kidding. No, I don't know. I think starting small and introducing is always fun. It's kind of like an adventure. We've made it fun.
Okay,
maybe we're going to try a new thing. Fun. Like we're going to try something new. But then like, I guess building trust of like, let's try 10 really good things that I know you're going to love. Mm-hmm. And then throw in like a weird one. Maybe not sardines first. Maybe, but like a different vegetable or something. And make sure you cook it really well so that it tastes really good. And then be like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I have to come over and cook. Do you get that feedback a lot, though, from people? No. You and my cousin are the only two people that are really... I mean, I've gotten comments like, wow, your kids are adventurous. Or, oh, wow, your kids tried that.
Literally every single time. I am just like in awe. I'm in awe.
They're picky, though. Like, they know what they like and what they don't like now.
But they'll try... And I wish I could remember like a specific example of something that I was just like, no way. And then Helen was like 10 out of 10. I was like, what?
Are you picky with your food?
No.
Like, do you like all food?
Yeah.
Is your husband picky? I don't know.
Not particularly.
Okay, interesting. I love that that's like my little secret.
Yeah, you just have this secret
badge.
magic.
I got the merit badge of feeding my kids random foods.
Yeah.
That's nice of you.
It's incredible.
Sorry, 10 out of 10. Have more help.
10 out of 10 to you.
I don't always get a 10 out of 10. And they are like, sometimes they're like, this is so disgusting.
But even if they'll try it though, like that's, we're at the point where it's like, I'll make something new and I'll be like, you don't have to try it. You just have to leave it on their plate. And my kids will be crying over it.
Oh,
it's crazy. So then I'm like, is that too much to ask?
Trauma. Got to get a therapist.
Okay. Let's, feeding therapy. It's a thing actually. I have multiple friends whose kids are in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like, I don't think my kids won't eat anything, but they are definitely not adventurous. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, they won't not eat. Wait, what am I trying to say? They still eat foods. Like they have foods that they will eat. Yeah. And they actually even like vegetables. Like there are a few vegetables that they'll eat and they're fine. But like any new thing is just automatically, they don't even have to try it and they've already decided they don't like it.
Yeah. You know what I would do?
Okay, tell me.
I would take him to Chinatown.
Okay.
On 33rd South and State. And just let him go crazy in the store and be like, you can pick whatever you want. Let's pick or as a family, let's pick 1 or 2 or 3 really weird things. And like, let them see the animals and the pig heads and all the things. And just like, I mean, even from there, it's kind of like, ooh, or mochi ice cream or like something, it could be delicious things in there.
But just like a different texture or something.
Yeah, different textures, and like show them that like there's a different way. I don't know. Do you take them to restaurants?
No.
Okay.
I was actually talking about this. Do you eat in restaurants very often with your kids?
What does very often mean to you? That's a really great question for you to ask me.
Once a month or more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
More than once a month.
I'd say 1 to 5 times a month, depending on like the season.
Yeah. And you'll go and it's like a sit down restaurant.
Like a sit down.
Because I was talking to Steven about this, how none of our kids have ever been to a sit down restaurant. Well, that's not true. None of them have ever, but probably since COVID.
Yeah.
We probably did before when we had 3 kids. Mm-hmm. We had our 4th kid in COVID. And since then, I don't think we've ever gone to a sit down restaurant.
Yeah. I don't think that's bad.
And I'm like, is that normal or not normal? I don't know.
Food to me is important.
Yes.
Like food is an important aspect of my life.
Yes.
Like culturally, spiritually, emotionally, socially, like food is my love language. Like it's there's a lot.
I baked you some bread as a thank you.
Feelings. No, you're fine. But there's a lot of feelings for me that around food, good and bad and all the things. And to me, food is important. And in my family being raised, like food was not that important. Like it's not like a thing. Like I wouldn't say anybody in my family is like a foodie. I don't think maybe my younger sisters are more, but like the siblings that I was raised in the house with and my parents, Like, it wasn't like a big thing. But to me, it is, which is weird. I'm like, I don't know why I'm this way, but I love food. I invest in food. I care about food. I care about quality. And so to me, going out to eat is important for my kids to learn what it's like to order something at a restaurant,
right.
to pay at a restaurant, to order random different things. And if my kids didn't appreciate food or like food, there's no way I would spend my money on a nice restaurant. So I don't think you're doing anything wrong, or I don't think that, like, it's just a different way. And so I don't know, maybe my love of food has my kids have seen how much I love and appreciate it, that they appreciate it more. I don't know.
We have had, like, where we'll go pick up food and bring it home. Yeah. But I think a lot of times too, it's just, especially with the ages of my kids and like the number of my kids, taking them to a restaurant.
And like, did I take them to a restaurant when they were little? No. Yeah. Not as much. No, for sure. But yeah. Anyway.
All right. Shall we move on to the
interesting.
next?
That was not on my bingo card, but okay, here we go.
Okay. The next one is a little bit more serious, but I'm curious to hear your insights. It's about sibling relationships, both like as children and as adults, because something that I've observed from you over the years is that you are really close with your adult siblings. And I think that's really cool.
Thank you. That's nice.
And I think for me, my siblings and I, we get along really well, but we're not, I wouldn't say we're close. Part of that is geographic. We literally span from Florida to Hawaii. So we're not, I guess you have a brother in Hawaii too. But also, so it's like when we get together, there's no drama or whatever, but also we're just like not super connected in our day to day. So I would love to hear things that maybe you feel like your parents did growing up, or things that you're doing with your kids to try to help facilitate that adult sibling bond.
Okay. Yeah. I love that question. One thing that my parents always did was, I don't know if you want to call it brainwash, but they always said, like, your siblings are your best friends. They said that. Like, they literally said that. At least my mom did. Like, your siblings are your best friends. Why would you treat your best friend that way? Or like, they'd catch us as young children in the home living together. It was always like, we celebrated each other's successes. That was another big thing. You got this and I didn't. We're all rooting for that person that got something. Like, from a very young age, it was like, we celebrate each other's wins. We're not jealous. Life is not fair. That is, I think, a really good lesson for anyone at any age to learn, that life is not fair. And it's not always going to be equal. And you're your own people. And when this person gets a win, we celebrate that win.
A win for them is one for everyone kind of thing.
Yes. And also, like, it's okay. Like, your success breeds success. Like, being unhappy or that's unfair or she got this and I didn't, tick for tat, like that, it does not exist in our family. And I think it exists in a lot of families. And so that was never, like, that was clearly communicated and clearly understood by every single one of us, that we celebrate each other's wins. We're happy for each other. We cheer each other on. We're each other's best friends. Like, we are a family and this is a safe space. And like, this is how we treat each other. And so that carried even till now, where it's like, oh, like, all of my siblings have way more money than me, or they bought a home, or my sister didn't struggle with infertility and I did. She has 9 children. I have 3. Like, that's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, it's a win. I get to be an aunt. Like, I don't know. Have you ever seen the show Pollyanna?
The Glad Game?
Yeah. And okay, I think another thing that really bonded us as a family at a younger age is that my parents read scriptures with us every morning. And I don't even think that it's necessarily reading the scriptures. It's that every single day we spent time as an entire family together doing something positive. So every morning at 6:30, we'd read our scriptures before school for 15, 30 minutes. And not just like sitting there reading, but like talking, asking questions, diving in. How do you feel about that? How do you feel? Oh, you have a problem? Like there was a lot of communication, learning together, doing something positive, starting out our day strong. And then on Mondays or on Sundays, we'd have family council where we'd be like, what's the schedule look like this week? So there were these like touches. And now that I'm raising tweens and getting into teenagers, I recognize how vitally important spending that time together is, because when we go our own ways, it's chaotic and it's easy to get lost and easy to get like into our own ways and our own things. Yeah. And I think those touches are like, we're an entire family doing positive things together. Those mean so much more. Family vacations together. We've never invited a friend. Mm-hmm. We never had a friend or a cousin or anybody else. It was just our family going. And I think that also facilitated moments of like connection and bond that have carried us through adulthood. So, and it doesn't, I'm not saying like you have to go to Hawaii every year to like have a strong family. Right. That's not what I'm saying. Whether it was a trip to Hawaii or Mexico, or just like a camping trip with our family or a road trip or a overnighter, those types of time together solidified those relationships and those carried on to adulthood. I also think it's a two-way street for sure. And there is a lot of pain and there is a lot of anger and there is a lot like, it's not like me and my siblings don't fight. Mm-hmm. Like I remember blowing up at my brother like so bad one year and just being like, you are the most selfish a-hole and I hate you and you don't care about anybody. And like talking about that and like getting through that. And now we're stronger and it helped. I mean, it probably wasn't the best way to approach that, but like I didn't just like hold that in and resent him for years and like let it, like, it was like, no, we're going to talk about this because this is not okay with me. Like if we, and then he coming to the table and being like, you know, you got to push ego aside. You have to push your pride aside and say like, do I actually care about having a relationship with these people? But like the trick is that all of you have to be able to do that. Yeah. And if you're not willing to do that, then you have to recognize that you're not going to be a part. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that answered your question.
Yeah, for sure. So like for you, do you do the early morning, like scripture study stuff that your parents did? Cause like my parents did that too, but I can't say that's my strength.
No, I don't either. We do it at night. Okay. I can't do it in the morning. Absolutely not. But we do it at night. So we'll do family home evening, like family night or family time on Mondays. We're trying really hard to implement that, which sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. It being January, it's happened all 4 weeks. Oh, hey. January. And also getting the kids involved in that has helped a lot. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, this is your week, so you got to pick the people and the activity and the game, you know. Planning trips for sure. And then for me at night, we get together and we say a family prayer or we'll read a quick scripture. I think it's also hard. It's hard when your kids are young because it is like, why are we doing this? Yeah. Like no one's getting anything out of this, but I think that they are. I really do.
Well, and I mean, I get the idea that it's like, it's also just setting the habit, right? It's just trying to form the habit, but
yeah. And then when they do get old enough, like now it's much more, they're asking questions. Mm-hmm. We're asking questions. We're getting deeper. Like, and I'm hoping that as they get older and get into the teen years and they might sleep through it and whatever, but like, I'm hoping that one day when they do leave, that they remember those moments as a family together. And I think intentional family moments together are more valuable than we could ever imagine.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Great advice. Thank you. Thank you for that rant. All right, let's move on. So we kind of talked about this already a little bit, but the next one was just about influencing in general.
Okay.
I don't know, like, I didn't have a particular way to go about this question, but I guess we'll just start with like, when you started building an audience online, building a community, were you like, this is a business?
No.
At what point did that become an idea that was like, oh, this could be something that could provide for the family?
I got in the game at a really weird point. Okay. Because there wasn't such a thing as an influencer. Like, that word did not even exist. Mm-hmm. It was like, you're a mommy blogger. Mm-hmm. Or like, oh, are you on Instagram? It's like, yeah, like that was the terminology of like there was no such thing as a creator. There was no such thing as an influencer. Like, those words did not even exist. And so when I started, I didn't realize that people followed people they didn't know. Mm-hmm. Like, I was like, why would anybody follow me that doesn't know me? Like, I don't get it. Mm-hmm. But then they just kept coming and coming. And it was like, whoa, like, okay, like what is happening? So I think that I recognized early on, like, that there is power in influencing, which was really terrifying and cool and fun and crazy. So that was like kind of the first thing that I realized, that there was like power in influencing people and like helping people not feel so alone. And the whole reason that I got into Instagram was when I was a young mom, and it was like, oh my gosh, like, I haven't left the house in this long. Like, I want to talk to my cousin. I want to show my friends what I'm doing. And so then just continuing on, and then it was like, oh, I'm sharing with strangers. And the feedback was like, I feel the same way. I'm going through the same thing. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious.
Sorry, like, quick aside. I'm just trying to think through the timeline. Were you in the Periscope world at all?
No.
Periscope was before all that or after?
I have no idea what Periscope even is.
You don't know what Periscope is? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think what year Periscope became really big. I want to say it was 2016. So it might have been a little bit before. It's like a live streaming app.
Okay.
But then it got taken over by bots.
And it's funny because like I didn't do anything other than Facebook and then Instagram.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then like, so this was at a time when I was just learning about mommy bloggers, and I'm like, oh, so do I need to have a blog? Mm-hmm. And I remember trying to get a blog, and I'm like, this is not my thing, mm-hmm. especially right now as a young mom. Like, I don't do that, but I do this really well. And so then it was like, you need to monetize, and everybody's like, this was like a 2020.
Oh, interesting.
So it was like, wasn't monetization like so? I mean, it still is.
I was gonna say, I don't know.
How do you monetize?
It all blurs this together.
But I think that was like the big question. Like, how are you going to monetize? I mean, that's
what people started asking you in 2020.
Yes.
So that was, and you started, like, your audience really grew in 2019.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2019 is like when it started getting bigger for me. And then 2020, it was like, how are you going to build a business out of this? How are you going to monetize? And it's like, I feel like a pioneer because nobody was really monetizing. Like, I didn't know what LTK was.
Right.
I had no idea what that even meant. And I know that, like, oh, when you hit 10,000 followers, you can start linking. Mm-hmm. And I'm like,
swipe up.
Okay, great. Like, I'm going to link something, but I don't make anything off that.
Right.
How does that work? Like, I don't get it. And nobody was like willing to sit me down and be like, this is how you make money, because I don't think many people knew.
Right.
And the people that did know were not interested in sitting down and teaching me how to do that. And so it was like, I don't actually know. So I started working with small businesses. Mixers was just beginning. We like came into the scene at the same time. Mixers and Mentionables and Coconut and like small businesses that were Utah businesses were like, hey, like, if you sell a product, we'll give you a kickback. And at this time, the only way that they could like track that was through a code.
Right.
That's why we all had a code. Like that was there was no platform to be like,
link it through this platform.
It here, and then it will automatically take your money out. Like, no, we have to give you a code, and then we'll track your code, and then we'll pay you. And the crazy thing is, it's like, who knows if they ever paid me?
Interesting.
So I hired my friend. So then I started sharing that, right? I started sharing their products, and I had no idea whether they sold, whether they didn't sell. Like, I had no idea. So then I hired my friend Shelly to come in and kind of help me figure it out. Because I'm like, I cannot do this without making money. It's taking way too much time.
Right.
Yeah. And although the payoff is great, like I have
the community is great.
The community is great, and it's great. But also, like, this is taking a lot of my time and energy and whatever. And I didn't look at it as a job. I looked at it as like kind of like a hobby, but also like there is money to be made.
Right.
And people are buying products from me, but I'm not getting paid. So like, what if I shared products that I loved where I could get paid, right? So Shelly,
really quick, that's what I was going to say too, is like, I wonder if it was around 2020 where people were saying monetization, because it was like you had built a solid enough audience by that point.
Yeah.
And people could see that you were putting a lot of time and effort into this.
yeah.
And so people were like,
we want you to make money.
Yeah.
A lot of people were like,
to turn this into a business.
I want you to have some of the money. Like, you deserve a kick.
Yeah.
It was very nice. Yeah. I and my community,
because I do think
has
that
always been such a
sorry, go ahead.
support. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I do think that is like a stereotype a lot of times over. It's just like, oh, like influencers just like want it for the money and whatever. And I just don't think that people really register or fathom the amount of time and effort and energy that goes into
easy,
all of it. Yeah.
Also, like, I did this for many years before I even went viral or got public and whatever. And I loved it. And I showed up every day. Like, it wasn't like, so then all of my friends know, they're like, even if she didn't make a dime, I'm pretty sure she'd still show up every day. And even my friends ask me now, they're like, even if you made no money, would you still show up every day? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like my journal. It's like a habit. It's my journal. It's my way of like almost releasing, or like, it's like breaking the fourth wall in my own life. It's literally like breaking the fourth wall, but like in my universe. It's so weird, and I don't know why. And I honestly, like, I love it so much. And I think people can feel when that type of person is on their feed.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, 2020, I started, Shelly came in and she found that I had made a lot of money with all these companies and went and collected all the money, because she was like, hey, like, how much did Abby sell? And are you going to pay her? And they're like, oh yeah, we should probably do that. She collected quite a bit of money and was like, oh, and that was the first time. It was probably like a year after I went viral and started growing, but like, it was the first time where I was like, whoa, that's like a significant amount of money. So then I was like, wow. What do I do? So that's when I started getting management. So when I started kind of learning a bit more. A lot of management companies won't take you if you have 100,000 followers or less. And so it was like, try to get to 100. I think that's a hard thing. That was a big thing back then too, of like, have to get to 10,000 in order to monetize.
Just like, yeah.
This way. Then it was like, you have to hit 100,000 or else you're not going to be represented. So then it's like, so then these like,
the goalpost just keeps moving.
Yeah, the goalpost keeps moving. And then it's like, oh, like, I think that's the slippery slope in influencing, is just the goal. You can never have enough.
But isn't that true? Or would you say that's true in most like entrepreneurial ventures? Like, you could always have more customers. You can always have more money. You can always sell more products.
Yes. But I don't think as prevalent or as flashy as this industry, because you can visibly see where everyone's at.
That's true.
Like you cannot,
they're not internal metrics. They're like,
they're not internal
on display.
metrics. Yeah, they are on display. So getting out of that was really healthy for me, and recognizing like, actually the true goal for me is making a difference, is that power to influence people for good. That is the measure of my success instead of these metrics. And I think that shift completely changed the game for me.
How do you measure that?
I think I think every human desperately needs to sit down and look at themselves and say, what actually defines success for me? Mm-hmm. What does success look like for me? Is it waking up late and having breakfast in bed with somebody that I love? That's success to me. Mm-hmm. Is it sleeping in on the weekend? Is it going to my son's soccer game? Is it making a certain amount of money? And if that's the case, why?
Yeah. What is that money for? Like, what is the life that you're building with that? Yeah.
So, and for me, I think for me, success is measured in security of like, and freedom. Mm-hmm. So if I'm able to be free and secure, then that is success to me. So yeah, I think that success is measured differently for everyone, and there's no right or wrong. Again, like I'm learning, like there's so many ways of doing things that it's like, that is not a right or wrong way. It's just a different way, and that's your way, and this is my way, and it's not right or wrong. It's just different.
Right.
Because people might say my measure of success is making $1 million this year, because that brings security or safety, or, you know, where me, it's like, I'm skipping that number and I'm just going straight to my measure of success is security. And in order to get security, these are the things that need to be aligned. I also believe that like having made quite a bit of money and also having been quite a bit in debt, I'm learning that like, money actually does not solve your problems.
Yeah.
And money does not. If money defines your success, then that needle will always keep moving. The benchmark will always keep moving, because money, there will never be enough.
Yeah.
We could talk about that for ages.
I know. I think it's also interesting. I mean, I find it fascinating, and I feel like I know a fair amount about it, but I imagine people who don't know much about the industry I think their minds would be blown if they really understood more.
Yeah. I will also say like follower count does not equal money.
Right. That's what I was going to say too. Is like, I know people who have, I mean, granted, they're different types of business models.
That's another thing. I don't think people understood that. I didn't really understand that.
But I know like somebody who has less than 1,000 followers, and she made $300,000 last year.
Yeah.
And I know people who have, you know, tens or hundreds of thousands and didn't make more than $5,000 last year, you know? So it really is crazy
how you wield that and how you choose to. And I think there's a lot of, what hurts me, like what actually like physically hurts me, is when people do have an audience and they are not monetizing when they could monetize, mm-hmm. or could. And I think people look at monetization as like, that's terrible.
Right.
And it's like, is it really that bad that like somebody
wants
makes
to be
money
compensated for their time and value that they are providing? Yeah.
It's like, really? I feel like that's like terrible. Anyway.
Okay. We'll go to our final rant.
Okay. I love it.
This is more just about, I just think one of the reasons why you're such a fun account to follow on Instagram is because like you just have such a plethora of interests and hobbies and things that you pursue, you know, and like, you don't know if you're going to get on your stories and you're going to be crying about fake Gwen or writing your book or whatever, right? What's so admirable, I guess I'll say, about you is like, you just have interests about things and then you just learn how to do it. You just do it.
I think that's like literally what my platform is just trying new random things.
It comes back to the not being afraid to fail and not being afraid to fail publicly, or not feeling like you have to wait until you've figured it out in order to share it. It's just in real time. Like, hey, we're going to learn how to make soda. We're going to learn how to do sourdough or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's fun though. I honestly, I think the struggle for me and something that I'm really working on this year is to like orient people. I have this amazing community that's like here listening, watching. They know what I'm all about and they know what I'm doing. So people that are not a part of the club are like, what in the heavens is happening at this page? Like, and there's a lot of disconnect between my stories and my in feed. So I'm trying to like bring it back and kind of connect a little bit more. Cause I look at stories and in feed as completely separate things, which I don't think that might be the best. So I'm really working on trying to like narrate the story a little bit better. Instead of just like one day I'm talking about me getting in a car wreck with my children, and the next day I'm sharing a crazy story with my sisters, and then the next day I'm making a recipe, and the next day I'm talking about my mom making like it's just kind of crazy. But I love that, and I don't want to veer too far off from it because I'm just living my life and I'm just being me, and like I'm very happy and I feel very grateful that like I get to do that. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, that's
No, I loved it. Thanks so much for coming on, Abby.
I'm so glad I got to come. Like, what the heck? Thank you.
This is so fun. I love chatting with you. I as I've said multiple times, I just look up to you so much. I think that you have created such an incredible community of people, and just people who really do just feel like they have this sense of like camaraderie and connection, and just they have a good time.
I'm glad. I really hope people do feel comfortable and happy to come to me because I actually do care. Yeah. And I do want to be better and I do want to learn. And I do know that like I am here to help for sure.
They feel welcomed in your space and in your presence.
Nice. For you too. I love watching you. I love watching how far you've come.
Thanks.
You should
be proud. It's been a journey.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, this is insane. And it's awesome to see you get your footing. So
thank you.
And this is fun. Rantish.
Thanks
Listen
for
to it where?
with me.
All over?
Anywhere. Yeah.
Anywhere you can.
Hopefully it'll be on YouTube. We'll see if my face is in it or not.
Yeah, really.
Thanks for ranting with me. End rant. Thanks so much for listening to today's episode. Don't forget to check out my upcoming challenge and come back next week for my next episode. I love ya. Bye.